Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and rule well. Blessings and salutations to the whole elect. Noise in his gospel, broad, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is just a lesson through the Spirit. I was looking through the chat, and the Spirit has inspired me to go into this lesson. It says BSO indicts 8 in connection with multiple shootings and murders. And of course, they all Jakes, which they're going to go into the mug shots. And when you see these gremlins, these ninjas, this is the reason why Jacob's Trouble is created, to get rid of the filth and environment of our people. Because what I realize about our people, man, Jacob's a bunch of goddamn murderers, adulterers, thieves, robbers, degenerates, witches, warlocks. I mean, our people are pretty much, the scriptures say they surpass the deeds of the wicked, man. This is why the Lord has to come back and clean up niggas. Because Jake just murderous for no fucking, Jake just wicked, man. And I can't say it no other way. But this is a 2-minute video. And also I got another video, 2 of these little grimy ass ninjas, these little mop head gremlins in Chicago, rolling around being a terror into the neighborhood, on social media with guns and all types of stuff, with sticks and MP5s and all this other stuff, Uzis, 9mm, AKs, SKs. And they're literally putting this stuff on social media, man. Like the feds ain't watching these dudes. I just don't understand. Like when we were coming up, even though we didn't have social media like that, but even then we wasn't that stupid to broadcast doing, things that will get you locked up. Jake wasn't stupid like that back then. Like they say, real G's move in silence. But now these youngsters, they just moving for clout, man. And for what? To be locked up 100 years in a pen? To catch 2-3 bodies. Here you 14 years old, you catch 2 bodies, and now all of a sudden you locked up for the rest of your life. Forget about, the family. Forget about your women or whatever. Forget about your families. Forget about having children. Forget about trying to be some type of productive citizen to society, getting a career, making your money, whatever it may be. And I'm just speaking on the terms of how a person will think that's locked into this world. Us, in retrospect, we know that this world amounts to nothing, that is wicked. But even then, the 2/3 of our people, they don't see nothing past this place, man. Just playing too much GTA, crashing out. And this is the result of it. Like Apostle Tahar say, eat honeycombs, you eating sugar grits, and you playing Call of Duty all night. Wake up 2 o'clock in the afternoon just to do the same goddamn thing, man. And this is why we don't feel no type of way about you Jakes. All right, but I got one video here, and I don't know if I should play this. Hold up. I don't know if I should play this because you can tell they're young kids, and I don't know how YouTube is going to trip about it, but they didn't show any faces. And it's basically just a video, but just look at the shit that these ninjas are riding around there, man. Hopefully YouTube don't trip. But peep this.
You from my block? You sure?
I'm positive.
What you got on you?
Huh?
Don't run. Come out.
Hey, check it out.
Come out. Come out.
On
Come
base.
out. Don't come back right here. That's how we hit y'all block. On Miles, you come outside getting that ass baked. How y'all coming? Button on you. Come out, check it out, Dad. On Miles, you come out, that's how we hit y'all shit. That's how y'all supposed to hit our shit, One of these little old crib on Miles, come outside, get your ass dropped. Shoot out the window, get your ass dropped. At it. Back at it. Hey, we ain't on phone them, Preston. We ain't on phone them, Preston. Hey, look, we just gonna terrorize the whole city. We making our way around. Fuck your ring camera too. Got big hog, know what we do. We on Preston.
Yeah, you're going to be terrorizing the city, and then when somebody air y'all asses out and put you to death and put fucking 25 in your goddamn head, then your mother, your Keisha's going to be on oh, my baby Tay-Tay, Tata, he was a good baby. He went to school and got straight C's. Like, nigga, Your son is being a terror and a menace to society, man. And then the crazy part about it is that they actually put their hoods online, but then they gonna cover their face like Esau don't know who the fuck you niggas are. You know, this is why I say what I say every time I get on Jake. This is what Esau needs to do, because I'm gonna tell you like this: when Jacob's trouble come, and when these military troops and these patriot devils storm your neighborhoods, all that tough talk you got against your own people, you ain't gonna have that smoke when Esau rolls down your block with them pickup trucks, man. When he pick you niggas up and put you in back of that and tie you up and take you out to the country and start cutting you limb for limb. And that's a punishing judgment for you 2/3, man. Especially these little grimy ninjas. You know, like Esau was crying about because he can't meet the recruiting numbers for the military. But this is what you do. This is what you do, man. Get you a couple thousand troops, armed, and go neighborhood to neighborhood and find Jakes like this and take them against their will. Take their ass to the concentration camp and then send them over to the Middle East and let them fight this World War III. Since this is your defense right here, E, because you have no defense. Either that or you just kill them. Either or. But me personally, I would grab these little ninjas up by force and I'll throw them in the black van and I'll take them to the nearest concentration camp, give them a couple of weeks back because they already know how to use guns. They just don't understand military tactic, but they can, technically they can't shoot. But case in point, you know, they know how to use the gun. So, once you train them up, give them a little basic training, and then that go your body, that go your military right there. It's a lot of these ninjas crawling around these inner cities, man. So, AE, that go your fighting force, man. Or you just catch them and you just put them all down. Honestly speaking, if I was an Edomite, if I was DJ Trump, that's what I'd do. Because either way it go, the Most High is gonna get them anyway. All right. So anyway, let's go from here to the book of Isaiah 51, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses. This whole chapter is really good, and let's start at verses 17. It says, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which was drunk at the hand of the Lord, the cup of his fury. And this is the anger of the Heavenly Father, because it goes back down. It boils back down to the curses once it's said and done. It says, thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out. And this is part of it, those curses, man. Okay, our people have been given over to madness, because that's straight madness. Because guess what? They willing to crash out on their own people. Like if homeboy would have went up to their car, to that whip, they probably would have blew him away, man, just off the strength of it. Playing around, thinking it's a joke. Oh, he high. It's going to be fun and games when this system shuts down and they come in these neighborhoods blazing and grabbing Jacob against their will and putting you in these detention centers. All the fun and games is going to stop, man. Okay, this is exactly why Jacob's trouble is needed. Okay, that's a necessarily purging of our people, because Jake has to get, the 2/3 got to go, man. All right. Ain't no way in hell somebody should be in fear walking down the street because some little young niggas are going to come up and rob them and shoot them up because they all doped up on mollies and playing GTA all night. Now they want to live it in real life, man. Wow. And somebody going to have their number. Somebody's going to catch them and somebody's going to put them down, each and every last one of them, if Esau don't get to them first. And then you got to ask yourself, where the hell they get those them automatic weapons? Where they get them from? Because you know damn well they ain't got no gun license. They can't get a gun. These dudes can't be no more than 14, 15 years old. They can't legally own a gun out there. You know, not at that age anyway. And you know they ain't got no FOI cards. So where are they getting these guns from? Is it Esau supplying the neighborhood? Possibly. Because they had some what they call bait trucks. And what happens is they'll set up these particular trucks and they'll put all this merchandise in there and they'll dump it off in Jake's neighborhood so Jake can basically, you know, divide and conquer. And that's another tactic too. Esau will set up weapons and drugs in the community so little Jakes like that can go ahead and do what they got to do to eliminate each other, because ultimately he wants to take out our people. And Jake is playing right into their hands, man. All right. And it says, there is none to guide her among all the sons whom she have brought forth. Neither is there any that take her up by the hand of all the sons that she had brought up. But these two things are coming to thee, and who should be sorry for thee? All right. Because nobody's lamenting for you Jakes, man. Okay, little grimy ninjas sitting up here running the hoods, terrorizing the streets out 2 o'clock in the morning when your black ass should be in bed, man, getting up to go to school in the morning. That's what you should be doing. But instead, you want to run the streets. Like, where's the parents at? You know? And it says here, desolation and destruction and the famine and the sword by whom I shall comfort thee. Because the Lord is going to destroy you with these plagues, man. Okay, so the Lord is going to tell you, hey, Jacob's trouble is needed for our people. And I can't say it in no other way. Jacob's trouble is necessary and we need that. That's a must. Okay, this place needs a purging because it's wickedness, man. And these people, they not going into the kingdom with us, not on this side. Okay, because guess what? We had to deal with these grimy ninjas when Moses delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt into the wilderness. All the generations was pretty much there. Okay, the generations of the flood, which this is pre-flood behavior 10.0, pre-flood, the wilderness during the time of Yahweh Shai, and then they're back. Okay, because the Lord said every third or fourth generation, man. So these are the same grimy jakes that was during the time of Yahweh Shai, okay, which the Lord said, let their blood be, they said, no, matter of fact, Jake said, let their blood be upon us and our children. So they're cursed. But it says, thy sons have fainted, and they lie at the head of all the streets. As a wild bull in a net, they are full of the fury of the Most High, the rebuke of thy power, okay? And that goes into them gangbanging jakes, you know, when they on the corner, they selling drugs, or whether they shooting dice or gangbanging, you know, running the streets, running the hood. You know, like the scriptures say that death has come up into our windows. That's talking about these young jakes, man, or these jakes in general, because here you'll shoot up a park, and all of a sudden you'll have somebody's great grandmother that get hit a block away, man. Even though, you know, they say a bullet ain't got no name on it. Well, in reality, it does, because the Lord doesn't make mistakes with judgment. But even then, according to the eyes of the people, you have innocent people that get shot up, man. You know, but it says thy sons have fainted. They lay at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. And you ever seen a bull to a matador? You know, what happens is when a bull is triggered by a certain color or a certain frequency, that bull is wild as hell. And if it get hold of you, it's going to kill you. It's going to extremely injure you. You know, and that's a symbology to our people, to the state of mind at that end, man. Because Jake is gone, bro. Okay, like they had a game called the knockout game when they run up behind you and hit you in the back of the head and knock you clean out, man. And they was doing this to elderly people, you know, and then they run off like the shit is funny. But then when you get to put hands on one of them, or if you end up putting one of them in the spirit world, you're going to have they eyelash wig head, their eyelash and wig wearing mothers, you know, with all of the makeup and all that shit on. Keisha, that's gonna be on the news talking about we need to march for little Ricky, for little Bam Bam, or for little Bump, you know, little Blicky, when your son was out being a damn menace to society, man. All right, let's play this other video real quick.
Today, several suspected gang members are now in jail. VSO saying that they are all connected to multiple shootings and murders all across South Florida. Local 10 Sinella Subovic joining us live now from Fort Lauderdale with more on the joint operation that led to those arrests. Sinella.
Well, Calvin, this was a months-long investigation. BSO detectives say not only are these 8 gang members extremely violent, but they went on a 3-year killing spree, murdering 8 people in total. The Broward Sheriff's Office making a big bust, arresting 8 people they say are violent gang members and responsible for 8 murders in Broward County. Gerard Charles, Sigmund Brown.
Here they go. All niggas. All of them. And if you look at these men, they all got the spirit of Satan on them. Look at Gerard. He's the ringleader. I mean, just look at him. And guess what? They were all raised by single black women. Okay? Either the fathers are dead or in jail, or the mother don't know who the fathers are. But these ninjas, I guarantee you that they were all raised by the black woman. Okay? Just look at the name. Kavaris. Ain't no man gonna name his son no goddamn Kavaris. Vundarius. Sigmund, Gerard, Roger Rowe, Jared McCabe, Trayvon Key, and Tariq Jackson. All niggas, man. This is why the Most High has to do away with the 2/3, man. And like I said, if I was Esau, I would grab them up and let them fight the war. I mean, you just need bodies at this point because they ain't gonna make it anyway. Send them over there so they can fight for your country, man. Give them a purpose in life. Because guess what? They behind bars. They just gonna catch bodies or somebody gonna put them to death behind the bars, man. Which it would be justified at this point. But let's just say if you get locked up for red light ticket or child support or you got a false charge trumped on you, they'll put you in here with niggas like this. Here you're not a violent offender, but yeah, you got to share a cell with a nigga by the name of Vondarius. That's a known murderer, man. That may wake up one day in the night because his pillow ain't cold enough. He may want to take your pillow and then you get into a fight with this nigga. You got to worry about the other 7 niggas coming in and cracking you upside your head with a property box, man. This is shit that goes down in them counties, bro. Like, it's rough. You know? But these are all products of a single black woman. This is what Keisha raises. Grimy ninjas, man. You niggas gotta go, to say the least.
It's making a big bust, arresting 8 people they say are violent gang members and responsible for 8 murders in Broward County. Gerard Charles, Sigmund Brown, Vondarius Davis, Kavaris Johnson, Raja Roll, who is only 16 years old, Jared McCabe, Trayvon Key, and Tyreek Jackson have been indicted on charges that include murder, attempted murder, and racketeering. The
Fucking Dracos, Glocks, AR-15s, AR-10s, all types of shit.
Jared McCabe, Trayvon Key, and Tyreek Jackson have been indicted on charges that include murder, attempted murder, and racketeering. The operation was a multi-agency effort and began in January when one of the suspects, Sigmund Brown's fingerprint, was recovered from a car connected to the murder of 17-year-old Terrence Farrington Jr. The Pompano Beach teen who played football was fatally shot outside a Plantation Best Buy.
It was that
And it ain't the fact that they couldn't catch these Jakes. Jake is not that smart when it comes to doing crimes. I mean, Jake do crimes and get caught. See, the problem is that a lot of Jakes, they were targeting their own people. So usually when that happens, you can beat a murder, bro. Like, if you kill another Jake, you may get off. I mean, they may not even come looking for you. But see, what happened is the reason why they probably went after these dudes is probably because they probably shot an Edomite or the parents probably made a public outcry. But it don't take no time to find these niggas because they're not smart enough to go out of town. They'll kill you and go right back to the hood, man, that they come from. And then they'll throw it up on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't hard to catch these guys. Esau just don't give a damn, you know, because he's the devil and this is what he condones.
loving student, that student that has so much energy.
Detectives not only charged Brown with Farrington's murder, but also charged Johnson and Charles. From there, investigators were able to solve other homicides. Some of the gang members they say are responsible for more than one murder. Johnson was also charged with killing Terry McKenzie and Bernaldo Donner. They were shot near I-95 in Fort Lauderdale. Authorities linked Trayvon Key to Wisdom Williams' murder. His body was found in Hallandale Beach 3 years ago. He was also arrested in Dorothy Smart's murder. She was found deceased inside a van in Fort Lauderdale. Brown and Charles were also arrested in this case. The only minor arrested, Raja Roll, was linked to 17-year-old Johnny Henderson's homicide. He was killed while he was in a car at a traffic light in Miramar. Detectives say Kavaris Johnson was also involved in this crime. Other victims include Antoine Dobard and Wayne Smith. All defendants were scheduled to make an appearance for an arraignment hearing.
And you see, they were all Jakes. They didn't kill no Edomites, so I redact on that. But they ain't kill no Edomites at all. All Jakes, man. All right, and honestly speaking, I'll give them niggas the death penalty, man, for real. Because ain't no amount of time is gonna correct that. I mean, they just gonna cut up in there. You gotta execute them, man. You know, by lethal ejection or something. But at this point, like, murder is not justified. You know?
Only 5 showed up, 2 were reset for Friday, and 1 refused to appear before a judge. And all those defendants that did appear in court this morning entered a plea of not guilty. Also important to note that these 8 gang members, detectives say, are also responsible for more than a dozen attempted murders. That is the latest. Reporting live out of Fort Lauderdale this evening, Sanella Sabovic, Local 10.
Damn. And that's the thing, though. Ain't no lawyer gonna defend them because ain't no lawyer trying to have them back on the streets, man. It says, with a name like Vandarius, you never stood a chance in life. Your absentee parents hated you from day one. Damn. Golly, man. This is why Jacob's trouble must come to pass, all right? So this is the book of Proverbs 1. And I'm going to start at let's start at verses 10. It says, my son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not. It says, if they say, come with us and let us lie wait for blood, and let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause, and let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as thee that go down to the pit. It says, for we shall find precious substance, and we shall find our houses with spoil. So cast in thy lot among us, and let us all have one purse, right? To see what happens is, Jake, they come together and they start plotting on your ass, man. You know, they'll start plotting on you, and then before you know it, they follow you to the crib. You know, and then before you know it, you come out the crib, motherfucker put a gun up to your head. Hey, give me everything you got, man, you know. Or they'll just take you out and take what you don't have. Because a lot of times when Jake do this type of crime, they don't really get no money from it. It ain't really a lot that comes from it, but a lot of jail time, man. And it's like you're willing to crash out because you want just, 10 seconds of fame? And you ain't even getting an exceptional amount of money because the people that you're robbing and sticking up ain't got no money. You know? But it says, my son, walk not thou in the way with them, and refrain thy foot from thy path. For they feet to run, it says, for they feet run to evil and make haste to shed blood. All right. So that's the point. You can't be around Jakes like this. And this is why we tell you young brothers out there, be careful, man, on who you keep company with. Okay. You see a group of them little bandits, hey, go on the other side of the street. It don't make you a punk. It don't make you afraid. But, hey, at the end of the day, these people don't have any sense, man. Okay, stay away from these grimy ninjas, man. Like me personally, I don't want to be around here. I don't even want ninjas talking to me for real. You know, I don't even want to engage in a conversation. If it ain't a quick prep talk or whatever, a high and by, I don't want to talk to Jake, man, because we ain't got nothing to talk about. You know, because we ain't on the same frequency. You on some other shit, and we're trying to serve the Most High. You know, but it says, surely in vain the net is spread in thy sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood, and they lurk privily for their own lives, man. All right. So, hey, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, there's several other scriptures we can go into. Matter of fact, let's do this. Go from here to the book of Jeremiah 5 and 26. And it says here, from among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares, and they set a trap, and they catch men. All right. Because like I said, you have what they call a crash out culture. And then you just got some jakes that just on dummy, man. Okay. Wear a certain color or a certain hat, or turn your head a certain way. Before you know it, you'll end up in a damn spirit world. Or not the damn spirit world, but you'll end up in a damn hospital, or you'll end up in the spirit world, man. Just because. You know. Jeremiah 7 and 9. It says here, will ye still murder and commit adultery, and swear falsely, and burn incense unto Baal, and walk after other gods whom ye know not? And, you know, we broke down about some time ago at the camp that how all the streets, like the hoods and shit they claim, like the streets, when they put things like, you know, you got O Block, you know, these particular gangs, and those are basically modern day altars of Baal, man. You know, like the street, like the scriptures say they have as many guys as the streets, roughly paraphrasing it. Like when you go in places like Chicago, like you have a certain sets. You got shit called Motown, you got Terrortown, you got Ducktown, you got Tukaville, you know what I'm saying? You got O Block, okay? You got what they call the Hole. You know, you got a lot of places out there, man. You got Sherman Park, you got all types of shit. You know, CP, Dirty 130, the Gates, All Gale Gardens, EG, you know, and they're just to name a few of them. Out in KC, you got what they call this shit Killer Town or some shit. Like, those are all modern day altars, man. Because they basically worship those blocks, man. And they pray to them damn demons. You know? But it says here, and come and stand before me is this house, which is called by my name and say, we are delivered to do all these things, man, these abominations. But it says, is this the house which is called by my name become a den of robbers in your eyes? But behold, even I seen it, says the Lord, man. All right. So that's pretty much it, man. Giving all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Shemi Hawashai. Lord's will, you were edified. To the next.